Jane Woodhouse is Business Development Manager at Tshikululu Social Investments. Jane, we're tempted to see ED as a monolithic sort of entity, but of course there are many competing agendas and mandates and objectives. How have the expectations of the funders changed over the last 10 years? Where are they now, and where would you like to see them?
Well, I think that, the primary objective of enterprise development is to address skills shortage, joblessness in the country, and that is where the funders' focus has always been and is always. Sometimes different programs address different elements of that, but at the heart of enterprise development, we want to create enterprises that create jobs in the country.
There hasn't been a move away from adopting enterprise development simply as a way of bolstering one's supply chain?
Well, it makes sense to use enterprise development in that way to bolster the supply chain as a kind of guaranteed source of income for some of the SMEs. But there is also space for a community-based or broad-based approach to enterprise development, which looks further than a corporate's narrow supply chain priorities and looks into the communities that corporate is impacting on, and looks at groups of entrepreneurs that can be assisted, and we're looking to create opportunities for as many people as possible in a broad-based and community-based approach to enterprise development.
Now, Tshikululu Social Investments has worked predominantly in terms of corporate social investment, grant-making effectively. How do you see the relationship between CSI and ED working at the moment and developing?
Well, at Tshikululu, we like to look at development as happening in a continuum. We talk about the social development continuum, or a pyramid. It can be likened to a pyramid. At the base of the pyramid, one needs to address the traditional social investment issues of education, healthcare, social development, and livelihoods. And once those necessities have been taken care of, individuals within communities are then in a position to look at how they can create financial independence for themselves. And that's when we see self-help groups, self-employed people coming into the picture. And a little bit further along the line is enterprise development, where one's looking at small SME or small businesses that can then be grown from one individual person to a person employing maybe 5 or 10 others within the community. And that is how we see traditional corporate social investment leading into enterprise development, especially in a community-based approach where one's looking at a community as the recipient rather than focusing on what the corporate is going to get out of it from its supply chain.
Right. So financial autonomy in the first instance, and then profit-making and job creation eventually, are the goals of ED. But how do we measure this success?
Well, we're given a few clues in the BEE codes, in fact, because really what we're looking to do is support the existing black-owned SMEs in the country and to help grow the number of black-owned SMEs in the country. And the second clue that we're given in the codes is that the purpose of growing those businesses is to create further employment opportunities, because I think it's a well-known fact that emerging economies are bolstered very liberally by SME activity and entrepreneurial activity. And it's that activity that creates the most growth and wealth in most emerging economies.
That's what it's all about. On that note, thank you very much, Jane Woodhouse, Business Development Manager at Tshikululu Social Investments.